Hi, I'm Sean with Catalina Rug, and in this video, we're going to be covering Azerbaijan rugs made in Iran. So we'll cover where these rugs come from, we'll talk about some of the key characteristics, also really interestingly how their designs are passed on from generation to generation. And I think you'll find this video helpful if you are interested in these type of rugs and you want to learn a little bit more and see what kind of options you have. So all of that is coming up now. So Azerbaijan rugs come from the northwest region of Iran. This is actually where Tabriz, the famous Tabriz rugs come from. So what makes these rugs really interesting is, I think, how the weavers actually pass on these patterns and designs from generation to generation. So what Azerbaijan is actually known for is really cold and brutal winters. And what happens is during the spring and fall, the men prepare the wool from the sheep. So they shear the sheep, they prepare the wool, and then the women go out and collect materials to dye the wool. And then once the winter rolls around, the whole family goes inside the house and they set up the workshop, and then they use the material that they had prepared during the spring and fall, and then they start weaving the rug, and they work together like multi-generational families inside the home creating these rugs. And what makes it really interesting is that there is no blueprint. The families actually just pass down these designs from the old generation to the new, and then the new generation, as they're creating these rugs, they start adding a little bit of their personality to the rugs. So what's really interesting is that they keep this kind of consistent design throughout the generations, but there's a little bit of twist, a little bit of additional personality added with each new generation. So that's what makes these rugs really interesting to me. So now let's talk about some of the key characteristics that you'll see in Azerbaijan rugs. So this region of Azerbaijan is known to have some of the best pastures and mountains for sheep, and the quality of wool that's collected from this sheep is very high and very durable. So what you're gonna find in these Azerbaijan rugs is really high quality wool, very durable, long lasting, and the pile is usually made of wool, and you're gonna have a cotton foundation. In terms of the designs, most Azerbaijan rugs have a geometrical pattern and some curvilinear floral patterns within the geometrical pattern. That's pretty typical. As far as the colors of Azerbaijan rugs, typically you're gonna see a lot of like dark navy blues in the field, as well as a lot of different shades of red, especially darker shades of red. And these rugs are typically highlighted with like cream color, with orange, blues, greens, yellow. You have a lot of different colors that are being used for the highlight, and it's going to be all vegetable dye colors. Again, the dye that is used in these rugs is usually collected like during the springtime by the women, and then they use that dye to create the rugs. And as far as the knot density, the Azerbaijan rugs actually have a pretty good knot density, given that they are a village Persian rug and not like a workshop rug. And the range goes around like 120 knots per square inch to 169 knots per square inch. That's the typical range that you're gonna see in the knot density. And another thing that's really interesting about these rugs is that although they are made in the Azerbaijan region, in all these different villages, what happens is that when the rug weavers are ready to sell the rugs, they will actually take them to the market, to the bazaar in Tabriz, where the famous rugs of Tabriz come from. They take it there and they sell these rugs into those markets. So just an interesting fact about where these rugs are sold. So this concludes our video on Azerbaijan rugs. I really hope you found this video helpful, and if you want to learn more about these rugs and see a collection of them, I invite you to head over to our site, catalinarug.com, and look up our Azerbaijan collection. There you'll be able to read a lot more about these rugs and look at some close-up pictures and videos. And if you are watching this video on YouTube, then I invite you to like, to subscribe, and comment below, and I'll see you in the next video.